Hey Student Success, welcome to week 4 assignment video. That means we are just about halfway through our course already. So just a couple quick things. At this point in our semester, you have already taken the required Note-Taking for Success workshop and the Personal Finance workshop. Those have both been completed. Now you still need to take your Student Success workshop assignment workshop. That is a different thing. It's its own assignment. It's not like built into the course. There's no specific assignment with it other than attending. And so that's what this video right here is for. When you click into that video, it'll walk you through how to sign up for a workshop, through Handshake. It'll show you kind of the listing. So remember, for this assignment, the note-taking workshop and the personal finance one does not count because I don't get certificates of attendance for those because it's assumed that either you have attended that in person or you watched the video afterwards. This gives you more freedom because there's a whole list of things from disability support services, career services, the digital library, the writing center. There's so many different ideas and options and topics that are covered in these workshops. And so that's where you can kind of pick and choose which one either appeals to you or is helpful to you or is interesting to you. And that's what you need to finish by the end of week 8. So when you register for that workshop, after you attend, you will get some sort of certificate of attendance. That is what you will submit to me for this workshop in this Dropbox. All right, so with that being said, I do also want to preface that week 4 this week does look different than what the syllabus originally stated. And so I'm going to show you in the Start Here area. By the time you watch this video, you're going to see this updated syllabus calendar. It will be lit up. So I'm going to pull it up right here. Originally in week 4, your registration assignment was part of the workload, and these 2 assignments were not there. The Spring 25 calendar of courses, the course catalog, is not available yet. And so we had to do some tweaking. So this is just an updated calendar. You can see the registration assignment was moved to week 7, whereby then the Spring 25 catalog will definitely be uploaded online. So you do have a little bit of a different week to expect than what the original syllabus says, but that's why I reposted this updated syllabus. So you can see there are 3 assignments this week, and I'll go ahead and get back into the actual area where you'll be working. So in week 4, it covers 3 chapters, chapter 5, chapter 7, chapter 8. So you can see in the week 4 videos, here's the chapter 5 lecture, chapter 7 lecture, chapter 8 lecture videos. So there are 3 lecture videos that go along with that chapter. So I know it's a lot this week, but again, we are in an 8-week course. Everything is condensed very quickly. There's a lot of material covered in a short amount of time. So you have an assignment that essentially goes along with each of those chapters. So back to just a normal discussion board, you have chapter 8 discussion. Your original response is due by Wednesday for weekly attendance, responded to classmates by Sunday. And then your chapter 5 assignment and the online learning right for you assignment, those are both due by Sunday as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at what those entail. Your chapter 8 discussion form, this will look very similar to what you did toward the beginning of the semester where you have these topics. The difference is here, there's only 4 topics, so you're writing on all of them. So you're going to talk about all 4 of these. Chapter 8 goes to the writing to learn, learning to write kind of chapter. And so that's why all of these have something to do with the writing process. So past writing, sentence level mechanics, writing process, and seeking help. So you're kind of filling that in again like you did in chapters 1 and 2. So it should kind of look familiar and ring a bell. My worst writing habits have been, to overcome these, I will. So again, you're kind of filling in, but you're doing all 4 statements, all 4 topics, 2 statements in every one. So technically like 8 statements you're filling in. So post your original response by Wednesday for your weekly attendance. Chapter 5, here is another, this is going to look familiar because you just got done doing an assignment very similar. So chapter 5 assignment is going to open up into a Word doc. So you can see what I mean. Look, this should look familiar to a previous assignment you already did back with chapter 4, like note-taking and memory. So this is the same idea. Chapter 5 talks about reading to learn, learning to read type information. And so we're going to look at these different things with reading. Reading comprehension, reading speed, and vocabulary. So what are you going to do to be able to increase your reading comprehension? What 2 things should you do? What 2 things should you do to work on your reading speed? And by speed, that does not mean become a faster reader, because you might already be too quick and maybe you're missing things. So maybe you need to slow down. So reading speed just means the pace of your reading, whether you need to slow it down, speed it up, you're at a good pace. So think about that. And then vocabulary. If you're not sure what you can do, this is where I will remind you again, go back into chapter 5, the textbook, go review, watch my lecture, go look at the slides so you can see what the book and what the text is saying to do. When will you do these things? Will you go and do it the next time you read, the next time you're in a class, the next time you take a test, anything like that? When are you going to put these actions into place? And then how will you know that your comprehension has improved? How will you know that your reading speed is where it should be? And how do you know your vocabulary is being built? All right, so like you've done in the past, go ahead and make sure you save that document, and the Dropbox for it is right on the name of the assignment. You'll hit upload file, you'll browse your file, find it, and upload it. Okay, and then the very last thing kind of connects to chapter 7 a little bit. So is online learning right for you? So there's kind of 2 parts to this. The first thing you're gonna do is, it's hyperlinked. It says take this short survey. What I would recommend here is right-clicking and open in a new tab. So it's just right there. And this is just a real quick survey. It's all about online learning. And so you're just going to go through and answer these questions. You can only answer 1 per. When you get all the way to the down to the bottom, just hit submit, and it's going to give you a score between like 0 and 24, I believe is the range. Now, you're not going to turn that in. I do not need to see like a screenshot of this or anything like that. Just know your score, because what you're going to do now is you're going to click on the name of the assignment. Right where it says create submission, you're going to tell me my score was, I agree or disagree with this because. Okay, so let's say you get a very high score and you're like, yeah, I agree, I'm great at online learning for these reasons. Or you get a low score and you're like, I disagree, I think I actually do really well. Or vice versa, you get a low score and you're like, yeah, online isn't for me because. So the key thing here is tell me what your score was, and then why. Why do you agree or disagree with it? Do you feel like online learning is a good fit for you? Why or why not? And kind of relate it back to your score. Once you do that, you'll just hit submit, because that'll create the submission for you. All right, so as a quick recap, in week 4, you are spending some time with chapters 5, 7, and 8. And then you are going to complete the assignments that go along with that. The discussion forum, which is due for Wednesday, your weekly attendance. Chapter 5 assignment, online learning right for you. Materials for all of those are in your materials folder. You can see we've got links to our slides and our text and resources in there. Please feel free to reach out. And again, this was a change from the original syllabus, so you do not have the registration assignment this week. You can already see I've bumped it to week 7, where we know the schedule will be released by then. So please make sure that you are paying attention to these changes. Reach out if you have any questions. And as always, I will send you a message right inside Blackboard whenever you're done with the week to let you know that you're on track. Have a great week.